This is Karen from Grigsby Creations, and I am doing another video today. This video is a part of the collaboration, which is it's called May You Be Inspired, and it's hosted by Junk Journal Ideas and Inspiration, which is run by Mandy Reed and Justine Jenkins. I am so honored to be a part of this collab. I'm doing the last day of the month, so I thought what I would do is a part of this collab is just telling you how I started my junk journaling, and to give you a few tips and ideas that I have to give to others who are just starting out. So I am more than on board on being a part of this because I remember being that person that just started out a couple of years ago. I had no idea what junk journaling was. All I knew was that I absolutely wanted to be a part of it because I loved the idea. And so as I craft and show you how to make this, I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I started junk journaling and to give a little, if I was to give any inspiration or tips to any newbies that are coming on in the junk journaling world, I would love to offer that that tip, or however I can help others. So let's just quickly begin. I'm going to make this project. I posted this on Instagram the other day. Yesterday, I'm sorry, not the other day, but yesterday. I was just sitting down and I'm like, I just played with paper like I normally do, and I just came up with this journaling card that I absolutely loved. It has a fabric pocket, and it has a cardstock pocket as well, so it has two pockets in it. And this card comes out, and you have this really pretty two-pocket journal card. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. I'm going to show you the base on how to fold it, and then I'm going to begin talking as a part of the collab to let you know how I started junk journaling. So what you want to do is you want an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It doesn't have to be printed on the other side. Just printed on one is fine. You can choose any design you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold it the long way. And you guys have seen me make these before. Not make this, but make the long side fold with folding it up. And that's basically what we're doing. But we're adding a fabric pocket. Okay. Now I stitched this one, but I'm not going to stitch this one because it's off camera, and I like to be courteous to those who don't have, although you know what, with the fabric I might want to. You don't have to. No, I'm just going to do glue because I'm going to show you guys that you don't need to have a sewing machine to make this project. Okay, so you're just going to fold it up like this, and it's going to be a little on the thick side because you're using cardstock. And then, let me see, am I going to glue yet? Probably not. I'm trying to see how I did this. Okay, so you're making this pocket here, but you don't want to glue it down yet because you want to add your fabric piece in. And I was debating on whether to use this fabric piece or this really pretty, I got this from that journaling group that I'm in that she does, Esme. I was trying to think of her name. Okay, let me just look to see if I'm going to use this or if I want to do the white. I'm going to do the white. It's going to show up a little bit better. So basically I'm just making a pocket. Okay, so as I make the pocket, I'm going to go ahead and start to share my story on how I started junk journaling. So how it began is, it was around, let me see, It was around July, August of 2021 when I was going through a lot at the time, and I was having a lot of anxiety, and I don't know why all of a sudden it just showed up. I was having these weird anxiety attacks, and I was miserable. I was so not feeling like myself. And once I went to the doctors and I figured out what was going on, it was my hormones changing, because I am, you know, at the time I was just almost turning 50. I was like 49. Just turning 49, I'm sorry, because I'm 51 now. I'm going to be 51 in September. And my hormones were shifting, and when that happens, you tend to have all these hormonal changes that can happen with anxiety and stuff. But anyways, I figured out the anxiety thing, and I was really wanting to get into something to kind of help with that a little bit. And so I was always seeing these YouTubers out there that would make that I would see like these calendar journals, or I forget what they're called. Everybody was getting into the journaling. I forget what it's called. I don't know why I can't think of it. It's like a slim book that has like scheduling, and it was like something like journaling, and I really wanted to try something like that. But then I've seen a couple of videos on people making these junk journals, and I really, really wanted to give it a try. So right now I'm placing down, you're gonna glue down the fabric first, and then you're gonna glue down the pocket here. So you're making a pocket here and a pocket here, but you have to glue down the fabric first and then glue down this second so that you have a pocket and a pocket. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So anyways, I also started doing Bible journaling. Me and my good friend Jen Shim both got into, well, she's always been into it, but I started Bible journaling. But I wanted to do more. I wanted to create a book. And so I started looking stuff up on junk journaling, and I started watching Pam from the Paper Outpost, and she just had me cracking up. Like, that lady is hilarious. And it just changed my mood. I'm like, I really want to give this a try. And so I started watching other YouTubers on junk journaling, and I've always been into crafts. I was a photographer for 20 years, and I was a web designer, and I know a lot about web designing and blogging and writing, and I've done a lot. And so me getting into the junk journaling was nothing out of the ordinary for me to try something different. So I started just looking up more on junk journaling, and I started getting supplies, and slowly I just started working at it, and before I knew it, I was making my first junk journal. And that's where it began. And I haven't looked back since. And the thing I love most about junk journaling is there's no limit to what you can do. And I love the creativeness of it, and being able to you can choose what you want to do. There is no rules to junk journaling. And I loved the whole idea of it. And so I made my first junk journal. It was a hardcover, and if you guys look back on my flip throughs, it's the blue one. It has like a blue cover, and it says on the front, don't put your life on hold, or something like that. I think that's what it says on the front. And so I just learned how to do it. And I watched videos, and I just, like I said, I've always been into crafts. My mom taught me a lot about crafts when I was growing up. She did a lot of cross stitching, and she was a very creative woman. And yeah, she was just so creative. I loved watching her do crafts at I would sit at the table and watch her do crafts. So it didn't surprise me that I got into this. I just didn't know how much I was going to love it. And ever since then, I've just fell in love with the craft of it. And the community of the crafting, the junk journaling community is absolutely wonderful. Everybody is so kind. Like, I can't even explain. Like, you know how it's really hard to when you go online, there's a lot of hate out there. And I was really skeptical about making a YouTube channel. I really was not sure if I wanted to do it or not. I was worried about it. And everybody has been so kind. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I just made the pocket. I've got the pocket here. The only thing I don't like is it's showing the glue on the sides. But I might do something with that. But this is a cute little pocket there. And now I'm going to make 2 holes right here so I can put the ribbon through it. Okay, I'm going to punch 2 holes right here, and I'm going to put a ribbon on the top. And then we're going to add embossed paper on the top. And I'm also going to put embossed paper here as well. Okay, so that's how I got into junk journaling. If I was to offer anybody an advice, if you're just starting out junk journaling, I would say my number one tip, let me think about this for a moment. My number one tip would be, you don't have to have all of the supplies all at once to start, because I made that mistake of thinking I had to go out and buy everything. You can do a lot with so little at first in starting out. If I was to give any tips on making a junk journal, I would say start small. I started out with a 5 signature book, and that was a big mistake. I was overwhelmed. Start small. Start out with like a 2 signature book. If not even start out with a small one, a slim journal. Start out with a 1 signature. Just enough to just get the idea of how it works. And because the hardest part is binding the book. When you bind it, it's just, that part was a little bit scary for me. But once you get the hang of it, and there's a lot of people out there who give great tutorials on making junk journals. And I think that's what I would advise people. Just to not feel like you have to have everything perfect, or you don't have to have a ton of supplies to start. You can start with just a little, and there's a lot of digital kits out there, so you don't have to go out and buy all the paper packs. And I made that mistake of doing that before starting. I felt I had to go out and just buy everything, and believe it or not, it doesn't cost much to do junk journaling. I'm going to use a different color ribbon because this is white and I just don't want to throw in too many different colors. So this matches with that, so I'm going to actually use this color again. And I like the thickness of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. So that's a little background of how I started junk journaling and the tips that I would give people, new people starting out. Start small. Watch lots of videos, and there's a lot of people out there that give really great advice on how to get started. And everybody is so kind. Feel free to reach out to anybody. There's a lot of people out there who will help. I've met so many wonderful people who I looked up to in the beginning who have helped me a lot. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can offer for advice. One of the best advice that I can give you, okay, here's a good tip for you. Okay, here's a really, I hope that this can really inspire you. There's no rules. There's no right way or wrong way of making a junk journal. There are people out there who will tell you you have to do it this way, or you have to do it this way or that way. No, there is no wrong or right way to make a junk journal. You do however or whatever inspires you to make a book. However you want to do it. You can use junk from your home, you know, like old paper. You can use items that you are throwing out. You can use new items. It doesn't have to be junk, and it doesn't have to be new. You create it the way that you want to create it, and that's the best advice that I can give. I can't even stress that enough, that however you make your book is good enough, because you made it, and that's what's important, and you put your hard work and your talent into that. So basically I just tied the back like that, and I'm gonna trim it. Okay, so that makes this really nice little, I did the holes a little too high because I wanted to put that on top. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, I might be able to do a really, I don't know if I can do that. If I can do like a really thin, yeah, I can do a small thin one on the top and just put it underneath. I wasn't paying attention. See, I can't talk and work at the same time when I'm trying to explain something and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Another thing that you can do if you're just starting out junk journaling, go on Facebook and join some of the junk journaling groups. There are a lot of awesome groups out there, including the one who I am doing this collab for, Junk Journal Ideas and Inspirations. They are a wonderful group of people, and if you have any questions, they're there to help you. There isn't anybody who won't help. Everybody is so kind. So join groups. There's lots of people on Instagram as well. There are wonderful people on Instagram that post projects and stories, and there's lots of inspiration out there. So I hope that I have helped a little with your inspiration to start junk journaling. If you're watching this and you're new, go for it. It's a lot of fun. I absolutely fell in love with the craft, and I'm now wanting to try more. I want to try new things. I want to, I've always been a graphic designer. I've done web design, and like I said, I did photography, and so I'm thinking about making my own digital kits. That's the next thing that I'm working towards. I just haven't had time to do it yet because I've been really wanting to create books and stuff, but I'm thinking my next step is going to be doing kits. I love designing, and I've always worked with graphics, so this is right up my alley. So I think that might be my next step. I'm loving doing the YouTube channel, and I can't even tell you how in love I am with doing that, and everybody's been so kind. So that is my tip for you guys out there who are watching, if you're new, and then that's my story on how I started my junk journal journey. Junk journal journey. Say that 3 times fast. Okay, so right now I am just putting the embossed paper to enhance the pocket. And this is a fun little project too. I'm going to trim it first just so I can. Now the first one that I made I stitched, so this is a little bit different because when I stitched it, I just made the embossed paper just go from the inside because I didn't want to go over the stitching. But this time I glued it so I can go all the way to the end. For the most part. But this is a fun project. I love these journal cards. I can see myself making a lot of these. Okay, so I just want to thank Mandy for offering me to do this collab. I appreciate it very much. They have a wonderful group, and I will leave the link in the description of their Facebook group. Go over and join. They are wonderful. I love reading and looking at all the things that people post over there. All right, so next we have the pocket. We have the second pocket. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make, I stitched the other ones, but I'm going to glue on a little bit of the flower here. So I'm going to grab, I got the flower from this lace here. And what I did, if you guys have this lace, they actually sell this at Joann's. And all I did was, is I just cut the flower part out. And I just trimmed it off. Okay? Until you have like a little flower. Actually, I'm going to trim that part off here. Like that. I'm going to try. Sorry if I'm off the camera a little bit. I can't believe that I'm actually making a video at noon. Usually my videos are at night. So I'm going to just put a little glue down on the ribbon. I'm going to place it right here in the end. Okay. While I have you guys here watching this video, I just want to let you know that I am going to be coming up with a schedule for my YouTube channel. I'm going to start coming up with a more consistent schedule so that you guys know what days I'll be posting and what days I won't, what days I'll be working on like Craft With Me, or I'm going to have a schedule, and I have a few ideas for the channel, so be on the lookout for that to come up. I will be posting that probably by the weekend. I have some ideas of how I want to just have a schedule. I feel like I've been a little all over the place. I'll post some days and not post on others, and I just want to have a clear schedule so that you guys know when I'm going to be posting my videos and what kind of posting I'll be doing, whether it's going to be a craft with me, or a tutorial, or a series like I'm going to be doing the new book series coming up. I'm making a junk journal from beginning to end. So I want to be able to have a schedule with that so that you guys know when I'll be posting. So, all right. So here it is right here. We have the journal card, and now you just need to put stuff in it. I didn't gather anything to put in it. But I have a few things over here that I have together. So basically you can just layer some things and just stuff it inside. I did this card for this one, and this little journal card here. Let me see if I have anything I can add in here. Okay, so let me know if you guys have, okay, I have an idea. Let me know in the comments below as I work on my schedule and I work with some ideas that I have for the channel. Let me know what you would like to see more of in this channel. Do you like more tutorials? Do you like more craft with me? I mean, craft with me is basically, the craft with me lays more on the decorating the junk journal series that I did. If you want more of those, if you want me to do more projects like I'm doing right now, do you want to do like something to interact with the viewers, like we all do a project and kind of have like, not a contest, but kind of like an inspired thing or something where we can hashtag it, or I'm up for anything that you guys would want to do. I'll take some ideas and I'll think over it the next couple of days, and then I'm going to post my schedule by the weekend. Maybe by Friday, actually. I'll probably have it Friday because I already have some ideas going in my head. But I would love, love, love to know what you guys think, because you're the viewers, and I want to be able to make videos that you would like to see as well. All right, so I'm just taking this other little journal card, and I'm just going to use my trusty lace that I love, like I did last night in the video. And I'm just going to add some lace on. Just make another journal card. And then I'm going to add some trim onto this on the top. So definitely leave a comment below on what you would like to see. What is your favorite kind of videos? Do you like the tutorials, craft with me, series, contests? I was thinking about trying a live. If you want me to do a live video day or something of the month where I do one live video and we can craft together or chat with all of you guys while we're all doing a project, or I think that would be a lot of fun. I would love that. I might be a little flustered at first because I would be trying to read the people chatting and crafting at the same time. I mean, I'm coordinated, but I'm not super coordinated. But I would love to try doing a live someday, maybe on the weekend. That would be a lot of fun. I'd love to chat with you guys. Okay, so I made this cute little journal card. Just the stuff inside. Maybe we can put this one. No, actually that one's longer, so I just glued this on and I don't want to rip it off by putting it aside. I'll just leave it there for now. But there is your journal card. Very easy to make. Simple. Fold the paper over, fold it up, make 2 pockets. Make sure to glue down the sides of your fabric first and then glue down the second part on top. You can stitch it or you can glue it if you don't stitch. Add the embossing paper on the top, make the 2 holes. I made the mistake of putting it a little too high, so just make the holes a little bit lower so you have enough room to add your embossing paper on top. And then put your ribbon through, add your embossing paper down here, and that's it. And the nice thing about this is you have the paper together by the ribbon and the gluing, and it also creates a pocket on the side as well. So you can use that for like a tuck inside your junk journal. But that's it. I really hope that you guys love this video. And again, I want to thank Mandy and Justine for having me be a part of this collab. Hosted by Junk Journal Ideas and Inspiration, and the name of this collab is May You Be Inspired, and I hope that I have inspired anybody new who is watching. And remember, you just be you, and that's good enough. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.